Good morning. This is Caesar. Welcome to my channel called My Life. And if you watched the last video, I traveled to JFK and then I am at my final destination and or my second home, my first home. And I have not been here in a month. And I'll show you what the gardens have looked like, what the grass looks like, and what's ahead of me that I need to do. But first of all, I'll show you the wisteria that's above the door, and it's in full bloom, and the smell is really nice. So I'll show what it looks like, and that's the wisteria. I don't think the light is that good at the moment, but I'm using the phone, so and this is the flowers here, which really smell nice. So especially first thing this morning, as you can probably hear, all the birds are out, and this is what I call my wild garden. And it's just got every little thing flower in there. And here are one of my babies, Chiquita. Chiquita, say hi. That's Chiquita. And here is her sister, Inca. That's Inky B. Well, I really miss those guys. So this is one side of the property. I don't have much to do there because that just borders the neighbor, but here is the grass, what I have to do, and I have a lot of grass to cut. And we have some I believe those are tulips, late tulips still flowering. And this is the rose garden with some bleeding hearts there. And so I need to weed this and maybe put some mulch down. And these are our blueberries, which are full flower. So hopefully we can have some blueberries and not the chipmunks eating them all. So you can see I have a lot of grass to cut, and I've got stuff to move. A friend of us gave us this Phylon sheets, so I need to get those moved. And this is what needs to be done. So I've got a lot of stuff to put away, and so that's what's going on. I'll explain to you guys in other future videos what those boxes, what we use those boxes for. And that's the one kayak. And so there's our fire pit, and there's the rhubarb right there. So hopefully I can make some rhubarb pie. And as you can hear, there's chickens in the background, and that's one of our hobbies. We raise and show poultry, exhibition poultry. So I will show you what those are in future videos. There's one barn. There's a wire cage, or a run, a chicken run, that's got birds in it. And that's another barn there. There is the plum tree, peach tree behind it, pear tree there, and that's the apple tree right there. And there is another cage there, another barn with a run, and there's another chicken run there. So so one of the main things that I need to do is to cut all the grass. And right in here, which has been buried, is cattle panels, which I am going to use And here is, I was going to make a big garden here to plant our tomatoes and cucumbers and using those guys as trellises. So that's what's going to happen. So you can see all back there, a lot of trees are being cleared there by the neighbor. And there is our our compost pile that I'm working on creating using the shavings from the chickens when we clean up the chickens. And of course it's got a lot of chicken droppings mixed in there, and it makes really good compost. But it takes, because it's loose like that, not concentrated on one small spot, and I don't turn it, so it takes a while for it to actually become compost. And there's one pile here, what's left of it, that had been composting for 3 to 4 years, if not longer. So that's really good. And I use that on all of my beds. Now here is one of the gardens, and so I've got to turn the soil again, and I need to weed it, of course. And right there is purple potatoes that I planted. On this side I planted some white potatoes, but they didn't seem to germinate. I'm not sure why. I did cut them and I let them dry for a week, but somehow they're not coming up. So, and right in there is peas, and then there's beans on that side, which I got to get the weeds out so I can find them. And here I have some white onions, and I've got some purple onions, and back there I got heartneck, garlic, the soft neck on the corner there, that didn't do too good. And then I had some here which bought from an Amish farmer that was selling garlic, and it's hardneck and it's doing really good. So hopefully one of the onions I can harvest. It's a fall harvest, and the other one I think is a summer harvest. So I'm not sure which one it is. And here I have some grapevines growing up through here, and of course all of the weeds just come up through here. Normally we put cantaloupes and squashes all on the ground here because it's got really nice compost here. So there is a walkway that I did with wood chips, goes all around the back of the property, and you can see these guys here are wild daylilies. So they've done really good this year because I've cleaned around them and took a lot of shrubs out. So they're doing really good. And where that top is a compost pile that I'm working on. Inca, come on. You got to be careful with them because of all of the ticks right now, even though they have been sprayed, but it's very weedy back here. So I just need to spray them so they'll be safer back here from the ticks. So so that is an update of what I need to do. And yeah, so but the main thing is to get all of the grass cut and make it look really nice again. And around here on the perimeter I've got irises there, and I've got some more irises here. So it looks like these guys are ready to flower. They're pushing up the flower. This is a hydrangea here. So it's it's a work in progress. But the main thing is I have to get the grass cut. So it looks like we had a visitor last night. Something was digging on there. Not sure what that was. So we do have seen quite a few rabbits around here. So, and I guess with grass being as tall as it is, they love it. So, yeah. So anyway, it's right now in the morning, and the grass is wet from, I guess, the dampness, or not sure. So in here here's my plum tree, and I've got 2 fig trees here, and the peach, we do have peaches in it on them. So but this year I'm going to cover it with a net, stop the squirrels from eating all the peaches. And yeah, so anyway, that's what's going to happen. And here is our apple tree. I did prune it severely last in the winter time. Now we did have some flowers, but looks like we will be getting some apples again. I'm going to cover them, and to make sure we do get some fruit. So and this is a Rosa Sharon that I propagated, and it's doing good. It survived the winter in the basement, and it's doing good. Now, unfortunately, the plum, they say it takes 3 years before we have any fruit. So this is the 2nd year. I did prune it this winter, so it's going on its 3rd year. So hopefully, I don't know when they fruit. So if anybody knows when they fruit, if they can just drop a comment, or let us know. And and for perception, this is our neighbor's trees, pine trees, and they're really, really tall. And unfortunately, they give us too much shade for the garden sometimes, but not much you can do about that one. So, and here is a rhubarb, which was given to us by a friend from Rhode Island, and this is its 2nd year here, and it's growing massive. So, and it's just one plant. So, and now I did have some strawberries that I left in the ground, and I have 4 pots that I wintered, and as you can see, they have flowers on the hanging baskets. So, and the ones that I wintered in the ground, I will show you, they all survived, and they're full of flowers. You can see I have a lot of weeding to do. So actually, they look quite pretty with the dew on it. And here are the flowers. So hopefully we will get some strawberries. So, and then this garden here, I may put some peppers in here, and some tomatoes as well, because I see the neighbor has cleaned up the yard. So hopefully we get a nice, and I did cut that tree back there and made a bigger opening there. So hopefully the sun could come in here, and we can get some nice tomatoes and peppers. And normally I put one or two big sunflowers in the edge here. They really like it here. So, and this is the grass, and this is our perennial bed. So everything is was winterized here, and they're looking really, really nice. So again, just need to weed, move up the soil. Guess this one didn't make it, whatever that was, I can't remember now. So, but and I did move some hostas back here, and this is the little wine, they call it wine berries. So it loves this corner here, and there's some more hostas back there. So this is what I planted, these daffodils here, and one pile there, and these I transplanted. These guys here were transplanted from somewhere else. So with these guys, so when I transplanted them, the bulbs were very small. So we'll just see what happens with them next year. So everything is flowering. Oh, there's another flowering shrub, which is doing good. And then we have this guy here, which looks like a sorry sight, but I think the deer had gotten to those guys. So hopefully I'll fertilize it and give it a boost, and see what happens. And this is I believe a hydrangea as well, and so is that one on the back there. I believe that's one of the white hydrangeas. So we should be getting a whole lot of flowers. And so yeah, and of course you can tell all the dandelions, they have been flowering. Now they're full of seed. We don't mind because we like the bees. So anyway, so that is what's going on for the time being. I will give you an update once I get everything done, and go from there. Later.